To me, the act of hatching an egg is an honest-to-goodness, science-based miracle. I mean, think about it. You're taking a little tiny object, keeping it at the right temperature and humidity for a sustained period of time, and then, if everything goes right, magically life springs forward from that. I think that is an awesome power. Here at our farm, we've hatched a fair number of birds and we're always hatching more. In fact, I've got a whole bunch of duck eggs in the incubator as we speak. And while that's all fine and good, I figured it might be fun to do a little bit of an experiment and have some other people try hatching our duck eggs. And so recently I took a whole bunch of duck eggs that we had from our farm, fertile duck eggs, and I boxed them up and took them to our local post office and we sent them in the mail. Now the destinations of these special packages weren't random. I had reached out to some friends to say, hey, who wants duck eggs? And a whole bunch of them said, we do! And so that's how I started this project of scattering duck eggs all across the country.
Well, it looks like you've got this under control.
The mail won't stop! Okay, sorry, buddy.
So where did my duck eggs go, might you ask? Well, let me explain. First, I sent a package of duck eggs to my friends Ben and Andrea Vincent down in Arkansas. Ben and Andrea have a farm where they do chicken eggs and cattle and dairy, and they're just really great down-to-earth people, really sweet folks, and they wanted to get into ducks. So I sent them a package of duck eggs. I also sent a package of duck eggs to my friend Tiffany down in Florida. Tiffany has this great little homestead with her husband and her son. She's raised ducks in the past, but so she was really interested in having some of our ducks as well. And so I sent Tiffany one of our magic packages. I also sent a magical box of duck mystery to my buddy Don down in Virginia. Don and his wife Natalie are building a homestead on the side of a mountain, and they're just starting that journey of actually having animals on their homestead. And so they wanted to, for the first time ever, try to hatch out their own birds. And so I said, no problem, Don, here's a box of eggs. My friend Jay, better known to some of you as Farmer Jay, she and her husband have a little homestead out in Missouri, and she's also crazy about ducks. And she wanted her own crack at hatching the Quacken. And so I decided, sure, Jay, let me send you a box of eggs. Now, Jay was really nervous about this project, but I have very much faith that she's gonna be successful in her hatching. My buddy Jack over at the Mindful Homestead, which is over on the other side of the river in New Hampshire, he asked for a box of eggs, and I said, sure, why not? And so I decided to send Jack some eggs as well. And at this point, I have successfully scattered more than 60 eggs across the country, and I'm wondering which of these folks are going to be able to hatch the eggs and which of these folks are not going to be successful. To be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea how this is going to turn out, but my promise is by the end of this video, you guys will.
So just a few minutes ago, the mail carrier came up the driveway and she brought us a package from our friend Morgan over at Goldshaw Farm.
So this here is a new generation of the Quacken.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, one egg.
You don't know what's trash and what's treasure.
Abby, look at this cool one. It's a really cool one. What? Aw, dude.
Oh, I spoke too soon. We did have one broken one.
Oh, they got some really, really cool colors. That's like a gray.
Dad, are you gonna put those wrappers in trash cans?
Got the incubator set up yesterday, and it's currently at 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Everything looks pretty good.
You know that moment when you're loading those eggs into the incubator, there's so much promise and hope that seems to come with the experience. You know, you're just carefully marking the sides of the eggs, and you're setting them into the incubator, hoping that each one is gonna materialize into a new life, but then not being 100% confident about whether or not you're doing something right or wrong, and looking on the internet for all the best possible information.
It's a little nerve-wracking, but I feel like we've absorbed as much information as we can at this point. We're just gonna see how we do.
But I think that that experience is part of the magic of doing your own hatching, and that's why I personally encourage every single person watching this video to just try the experience at least once.
All right, we're gonna gonna start with egg number 1. And, look at that. So you see this, let's see if we can find the embryo. There it is. So you see that little mass right there? That is a duckling forming. All right, so this one's gonna go in and we're gonna turn it now.
Even though numerically speaking it's not exactly correct, I think of the candling of the eggs as like the midway point of your hatching process. Because it's when you're candling each one of those eggs and seeing if you have potentially life inside of it or not.
This egg right here, you can see is progressing.
That to me is where the rubber really meets the road and you see how successful you are.
Daddy, I turned it off.
Yeah, so we have 13 eggs in here. We have 12 that absolutely have some growth inside with some blood vessels, which is really exciting.
Daddy, this one doesn't have any blood vessels.
Yep. All right. Definitely veining.
Looks good. Oh, you see it moving?
Yep.
Oh, that's so cool. Boom. Dead.
You're out and feisty.
We're gonna go ahead and get these two set up in the brooder so they can finish drying off. Look at how tiny they are. Let's go ahead and roll
Guys
this
are so
down.
cute.
Make sure they got plenty of warmth. See?
Grab one. What do you think?
I'm your new mama, little duckling, and I'm gonna take good care of you.
Hey, baby ducky, ducky. Ducky, ducky. Ducky, ducky. Ducky, ducky. Ducky, ducky. You're so cute.
He stopped bleeding, so he definitely needed help. Come on. You're out.
There he goes. Hi, little buddy. Welcome to the world.
All right, let's put you back in there. Get you warmed back up. Okay.
Or you got
Too gentle.
his head is cute. Just little baby.
So here are the little quackies. Hi! Are you curious?
One wants to go in the beard, the other one does not.
You kind of have little short T-Rex hands.
All right,
like
y'all.
little wings.
You want to follow my hand? Let's walk back here. That one's like, hey, I want my back.
You want this auto rotate?
You're so cute. I love ducklings.
That was so cool. I'm so happy and so proud of my friends for doing that. And I'm really appreciative of them participating in this whole grand experiment. It's so cool to know that the Quacken have relatives all across the country now. If you want to see what happened on the homesteads of my friends, go check out this playlist. I pulled together all of the videos that they made about hatching ducklings so you can see the whole story from their perspective. Or you can check out another one of our videos. Thanks for watching, guys.